वो कनेक्टेड टू ऑडियो नहीं है ना, वो वाला कौन सा ये अब मुझे
आवाज आ रही है, अब आ रही है, पहले नहीं
कनेक्टेड टू ऑडियो नहीं है ना, कौन सा अब मुझे
आवाज आ रही है, अब आ रही है, पहले नहीं
Miss Vishnu, Priya, Sandy, and Tisha from Other University. You welcome Ms. Tina Sureja and Edwin from Studio. We also welcome Ms. Tamara Bunsen and Abhishek from Germany. Once again, a hearty welcome to all the distinguished dignitaries. When darkness comes, let us not condemn the dark, but light a lamp to illuminate. Light and brightness have always been the harbingers of positivity, humanity, and spirituality. So let us kindle this eternal light to evoke the feeling of oneness. I now request our esteemed guest of the day, along with our administrator ma'am and principal ma'am, to join the lamplighting ceremony. I would now like to invite our most honorable principal ma'am, an exemplary leader and visionary, to welcome and felicitate our most revered and illustrious guests of the day with her words of wisdom. Dr. Paul Earn from Swedish Embassy, Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, Director Atal Innovation Mission, Dr. Kurt Lash from DWI German Center for Research and Innovation, Ms. Sophia, Trade and Index Commissioner of Sweden to India, and esteemed panelists and dignitaries from India, Sweden, and Germany, working teachers, and my dear students. A very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the SHESTEM event, the theme of Nobel Memorial Week, organized in collaboration with the Office of Science and Innovation, Embassy of Sweden, New Delhi, Atal Innovation Mission, Government of India, and German Center for Research and Innovation, New Delhi. It is an honor to have with us men and women of distinctive accomplishments who have set an example for us to define milestones, charter new horizons, and envision new paths. SHESTEM is a flagship event of the Nobel Memorial Week and was started with a vision to amplify the contribution of women innovators, technologists, scientists, and founders in the field of STEM and sustainability. It aims to encourage more girls to join and make a career in the field of STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It is heartening to see that the initiative is bearing fruit and the girls are coming forth to showcase their novel and innovative ideas and inventions. I wish to apprise you all that BNDV Model School Pithampura arms the students with the technological supremacy and help them integrate it with values, morals, and rich cultural legacy. Atal Tinkering Lab of our school has become a launch pad for a number of research-based innovative projects and is an opportunity to participate in a number of thought-provoking and stirring projects and competitions. The projects have encouraged creativity and innovation. Focus on solving problems by applying skills and integrating technology to achieve sustainable development. It is a matter of great pride that our students have got laurels to the by their outstanding performance in different competitions. I feel very delighted to inform you all that we have also organized tech spectacles today, a capstone event to present innovative projects of students from different levels of classes. It's indeed a new letter day in our school to start to hold such a monumental event that envisions to revolutionize the real opportunity to be able to eminent speakers of the day on a subject that is very interesting and study that is interesting by which and it is still that can motivate and inspire all of us to learn and that is one thing I is and future that cares for to obtain I would like to thank David Thompson organizing. I also thank all the teachers and students of different schools for joining. I would like to say when they are not art and science, the new fantastic poetry instead of the key of institution. I learned open up options. I learned open up options and usually subject having. Yes, it ignites a brave world with long memory. So much, ma'am. Thank you. Standards of opinion and attitude of their social. Unless inside, there's no man peace. You're very. Let us now invoke the Almighty Vandana to bless us with strength, acumen, and clear sight. Let us grow in the spark of holiness through the divine Vandana dance, which will enable us to delve into devotion. Now think about the star. We only that star. Splendor generates on mystery, leaving questions how it came to be. So is very true. For our very own Sachi Bansal. She came 2021 winner and DLDME 8 years down. I now invite Sachi to unravel the mystery of her success.
When you know elevated success, you have to take these steps. This great thing is my mantra for life. Greetings everyone, I am Sanchi Bansal, an enthusiast who is always curious to explore new areas of interest, to use and build my skills. I believe that opportunity is a rope. It's on you if you choose to grab it and climb up. And I chose to grab it. One such opportunity was SHESTEM in Studies Challenge 2021. It was a wholesome experience as it urged me to pick out of the box and explore. I'm honored to be the winner of the last year's challenge and to be able to visit the glorious experience with my parents who were overwhelmed to see me receiving the prize of the tablet from the ambassador. I'm highly grateful to the Embassy of Sweden, the Atal Innovation Mission, the German Center for Research and Innovation for hosting this event, which provides a platform to young minds like me to inculcate a variety of skills and be future ready. Thank you.
And it will truly be the inspiration and motivation that will help the budding stars continue their journey to the galaxy of possibilities and new horizons. I now invite Mr. Calidera to present the introduction of SHESTEM.
Namaste. It's so inspiring to see so many young people here. Once again to SHESTEM 2022. SHESTEM, which is held every year during the Student India Nobel Memorial, is organized and the Atal Innovation Mission. And this year, we are delighted to have the German Center for Research and Innovation, or DWI8, with us as partner. SHESTEM is celebrating its third year, and it's a privilege for all of us who are part of SHESTEM, who built SHESTEM to be here with you today. And a big thank you to the Darbari DAU School for your hospitality. So why did we start SHESTEM? Well, SHESTEM was started with the vision to amplify the contribution of women innovators, technologists, scientists, and entrepreneurs, so that their story and their journey to innovation and leadership can be an inspiration and generate interest among all of you students. And so that you can then innovate for a more sustainable planet when you all go out of the school and make a career. Well, right from the start, we started SHESTEM, the idea has been that we generate this kind of interest and amplify the voices of women in India and it has, of course, been a team effort, and the entire team is here. So I would once again like to thank Dr. Parag Ekstrom, Lisa Kuteja, Vinny Nair, Vishnu Pia, Tanya Bansal, Abhishek Jamketkar, Dipali is here as well. Thank you. Edwin Lindstrom, Tanvi Mishra, and Isha Gupta, and so many others who I might have missed behind the scenes to make this really happen. And with that, I would like to welcome you once again and would like to share with you greetings and a very special address sent by the Ambassador of Sweden to India, Jan. If there is an audio issue, maybe you can just raise your hand there, the production room, then we can go ahead and perhaps play this later.
And the speechless our innovation that is in India, we see many young going science.
And that will be our Dr. Parag, Faculty of Science and Innovation, in your speaking here. Thank you.
My mobile phone got dropped in the corridor. So I just want to use time here to maybe give you some advice. I think it's very important that everyone here in this really nice auditorium and I went to my dad and I said, I'm not happy with my choice. I'm not sure if this is what I want to do. And can you give me advice? He just looked at me and he said, "Parag, do what you think is fun." And then he got quiet And then I thought, okay, fun. That's a good advice. So I chose another line. Didn't go do engineering. I did what I thought was fun and did business studies. And what I did, now I have 3 kids as well. All of them have done their university studies. All of them have started working. So my youngest son, he's a computer engineer. He loves the computers. My oldest son, he's a lawyer because he always wants to be right. And my daughter, she loves cities and how to develop cities. So she also became an engineer. And they chose to do what they thought was fun, not what I thought they would do or someone else. They choose by themselves. So I think that's an advice that I want to give you. I think that's important. Then how can you work? How should you work in the future? You are the next generation of India. And I think you can speak for everyone here from Sweden that we expect a lot from you guys. When I got here, I realized a lot of the people I meet, they have a Hindu goal. And I found Saraswati to be someone close to what I knowledge, wisdom, speech, and also culture and music. And I read about Saraswati. Apparently, Brahma created Saraswati. Saraswati came out from Brahma. And Brahma first didn't know who she was. So Brahma asked her, and she said, I'm born from you. You fix me for a seat and duties. And then Brahma told her, and now I'm reading her, that her name was Saraswati, and ordained her that she should stay on the tip of everybody's tongue. You dance, especially on the tongues of learned people. This, to me, is about innovation and creativity. So my wish to you here now is dance on the tongues of the learned people. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parande. Very interesting anecdote. With that, I would like to call Dr. Katya Dash on the stage. Thank you. Good morning, warm welcome to everybody. First of all, welcome to all the students there in the back, the teachers, and of course the organizers of the event, and the other innovationists in India. I was thinking on this speech, I thought Nobel laureate has been given in October, but every Nobel laureate committee awards the people who are really first and innovative ideas. But every Nobel laureate was a child and the student is a creative idea and the mission to follow. And then I thought, let me look back. The first Nobel Prize winner was Marie Curie, back in 1993 already, and she was born in the 19th century, and it was not normal for girls to go to school to study, and she fought for ideas. But she had a vision. The vision was driving driven by her hunger for knowledge, hunger for creativity, and hunger for crossing the borders of science. And I think this is what I've seen this year also in this translation competition. Brilliant, creative ideas to save our planet and really drive towards sustainability. And I was really impressed by the innovative ideas, the creativity from the kids, students, yes, congratulations to myself, to all the participants. We're gonna have just some winners, but I think it was brilliant to see all of you. There was love, there was passion, and it was amazing. And I hope that a lot of you will try the presentation also. I've been to India now for 3 years, and I met numerous students, and I'm really impressed with the enormous talent. Learning and education is the key to prosperous and sustainable future. And you all sitting there in the back are here, and you will be our future, and you will contribute to drive our future forward. So be creative, be curious, but also learn the fundamentals. Sometimes it might be boring in the classroom and learning chemistry, biology, all the natural sciences. And I also thought it's not necessary. I'm a historian by education, and I thought I would not need all the knowledge in my job. But it's not true. Now that I visited the university in Therefore, I'm feeling I have a basic understanding of a couple of things which is done in universities. So this knowledge might be useful in your future. We will try our general for not just law economics, he studied management, engineering, nature sciences, combined with humanities that will lead to innovative ideas. So let me close with the quote by our famous German author, Wolfgang von Goethe. He said, "Who is not curious will not gain knowledge." So keep your curiosity, drive the knowledge forward, and who knows, maybe you want to idea a little creative and focused, maybe one Nobel Prize winner is here in this room. You never know. Thank you very much. And as per our main topic, the idea is to first have fun while you are working and to be curious to be creative as well. And in a few years from now, all you students will be walking out of this and choose a path that you would like to take. You would perhaps like to become an artist, perhaps like to become a financial consultant, a mathematician, a space scientist, perhaps a climate expert. Who knows? There are so many options to choose from. And that process can be both exciting as well as a little overwhelming. Well, a lot of us who are much older now have been through this journey when we were in our 80s, as per our shared. And a lot of these speakers who are joining us today have taken the time out to share their journey with us. And we're very thankful for that. They will be joining me on stage in just a minute. But among all of you, there's also one girl who's coming here on stage very soon. It is a pleasure to welcome Namra Poon, a student of the Atal Tikri class. Namra is a student of the Rabia Girls Public School in New Delhi and is currently working on a very interesting project on bioplastics. Welcome, Namra, and we're really looking forward to hear what your innovation.
Okay, so your boldness to catch your dreams traces your path to success. Good morning to the esteemed guests and my dear friends. Today, I, Namra Poon, the 8-year ambassador from Rabia Girls Public School, is extremely honored to stand before you all. So let me start with a story today. You know what? When I was in my 8th standard, I loved going out in nearby market with my mother for weekly shopping. It was a great opportunity, having fun with siblings and a quality of time. On our way to market, we could always enjoy having spicy street food, ice cream, and we would always used to count cows, as the locality was very famous for branded cows. With the passage of time, I realized that my cow count is fading away. I wondered what would be the reason. When once I was in the market, I bought a little calf feeding upon a garbage heap filled with plastic. And suddenly, he swallowed the stale food wrapped in the plastic polythene, and it choked in his trachea. That was the horrible moment. Everyone gathered around. The calf collapsed on spot. I was amazed. What was that? Did he die? Yes, he did. He was no more. This is what actually happening around us each and every day. I was very much disheartened after witnessing such a vulnerable moment in front of my eyes, where the innocent got choked to death mercilessly. The culprit who led to such horrific conditions is plastic. There my heart urged to find a solution, that I have to do something. I myself is very much aware about human dependence on the cheap convenience like plastic. So I knew that I had to replace it with something that would be better than it. And then the golden gate to create a tremendous solution was opened up in the form of ADL lab establishment in our school, where I got an opportunity to tackle the problem statement using STEM strategy. Availability of abundance of textures never fail to bring up the most constructive and productive results. And I finally came up with the biodegradable plastic. That is not equal to petrochemical plastic, but more than that, as it is really advantageous for nature too. It is made up of the natural material and could degrade in 3 to 4 months. It is also as durable and strong as a normal plastic is. It was none other than ADL that made my journey difficult. Nourishing the life with this STEM education is the right of a commander like women. As the new development requires new skills, take for adaptive learning, new design mindset, computational thinking, and virtual collaboration. Previously, learning was more of sequential based, but today it's more of adaptive learning that is required to develop an ecosystem that promotes innovation in India. Becoming a part of the STEM will make women stand wisely on a technologically advanced world, and she can look towards the opportunity of the upcoming future. To all the women and the future sparks present here in this gathering, I would love to tell you that always face towards the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nora. Very inspiring, and we look forward to seeing how your innovation moves ahead. We'll be moving now to the panel discussion. May I please invite on stage Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, the Central Food Technology Research Institute, which comes under the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of England. Also on stage, we are representing India official with a master's degree in economic business administration, and of course a master's in mechanical engineering. Cecilia is Trade Commissioner of Women to India. May I also invite Kumari, co-founder and the CEO of PrepBuy. And of course, can I invite Dr. Vasudhara Devanathan, Neurobiology, Master degree in Microbiology, and a PhD from Molecular Biology in Hamburg. Welcome. So welcome, ladies, and now we can. Yeah, I would like to begin with asking you all on how the journey started. This is something which we have heard a lot of students ask us, like in the previous years. There is a lot of curiosity on how do leaders reach where they are, what's their journey, what inspires them. And that's something I would really like to hear from you about. So, can we start with you? A very good morning to all, and I thank for the invitation. How did my journey start? Well, I think like everybody else, probably I heard conversations that my parents are and hearing this made me go towards science. I had wonderful teachers, like I'm sure the school also has, and like now. So my teachers were also and science is one subject where you ask for questions and answer easy to move with. And if your teachers are patient and try to answer, definitely it inspires you to take that. And after my undergraduation, when I came to the master's and finishing that, I had a chance to go on a DARD fellowship to Germany. And there it really not confidence and made me ask the more questions. And again, I had meditation co-authors as well as mentors. And coming back to the army, of course, the married vendors and very good members in the safety around. I think we continue my role and I there are I sometimes wonder because is ventured and I think one step at a time and you will. Thank you, and that's something which probably would like to probe and see more. But maybe I can take it on the left first. Cecilia, perhaps from you, how did you get started and a very interesting journey cross the
प्लीज हमारे बीच में डीएवी कॉलेज मैनेजिंग कमेटी के वाइस प्रेसिडेंट और हमारे विद्यालय के सरपंच डॉक्टर एन के हमारे बीच में जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत मैडम से विद्यालय का छोटा सा डॉक्टर एन के जोरदार तालियों से पुनः स्वागत प्लीज थैंक यू यस मैडम प्लीज सॉरी
It's an honor to have with us Dr. N. Vice President, JVCMC, and Chairman of the school, to witness today's event. He's a symbol of knowledge and evolution, and an inspiration for all of us. His experience in the field of science and technology and standing broad institution. By himself, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Mission Direct to Equal Conservation Mission, the flagship initiative and India underneath the as a teacher and educator and still an instrument to serve community. I have a welcome to this council. Over to you, Rubalina.
We are very interested to know about how it puts this and you really travel across the world and see what's going on. But when you finish your education, completed the formal education, that this was going to be your path. Thank you so much, and good morning to all of you. Well, when I was a child, I did not have the dream to become a princess or a singer. I think many have my own kids have today, but I wanted to travel the world. That was the thing I wanted to do. So to start with, what should I study to travel the world? I thought as broad education as possible was important. And hence, despite all my family being medical doctors, I am the black sheep in my family and I decided to study engineering. And today, I'm very thankful and extremely happy I did so. I never ever expected myself anything, and I have tried a lot of things. I have lived in basically every part of the world. I do think that the engineering part really helps me to take up any work anywhere. And because of my so again, good morning everyone, and thank you BWIH for this invitation. And I think of me, it's a slightly different story in terms like I, as in was one of the first graduates. So it was really curious as to what I did and learned that much I did because there wasn't much background to use that. But I definitely knew like one thing I liked was to travel around the world. I felt like I could travel the world, and this statement is that what you learn, your hand, and what you have learned is the way you learn. So it's true for every human today. So it's like, okay, I have not discovered the world, I have not learned. So I did an undergrad education in microbiology, a very classical biology subject, and very infectious diseases as a tropical country. This was very interesting. We had a teaching. So I got the opportunity, and I'm my first mentor, who happens to be a woman. Also, she was the deputy director in ICMR. And I joined the lab and worked there. And I took a break after my MSc because I wasn't sure if I should do PhD or where should I do. And I saw everyone writing his exam and all that, but I was very so I got an opportunity to work with AstraZeneca, a Swedish company, and the Swedish company based in Bangalore. And this opened up my mindset and I towards PhD. And I said, okay, I'll go out of India, keeping in mind that I would like to come back to India. So I applied to Germany, specifically Germany, because I was attracted to Europe. All my friends were applying to USA. I think even now it's often people are very attracted to Europe for the cultural strength of the diverse things that Europe offers. So I landed in Germany and spent my PhD time, postdoctoral time for about 10 years and really learned so many things. And how to be open-minded, how to be strong, how to be patient towards different cultures, languages, food, etc. And there I come back to India, and today I still believe what I've learned is my handful and I have to learn, which is the size of the world. Thank you. What I'm trying to do, you have a career with salary, rise to life, good career, and then you try to give it on to give it out like that, to start out of the home. How was that? Hello everyone, it's great to be here in this moment. And while the girls were dancing, I went back to my school time because I was the one who was dancing and everything. So I wish I could make a career out of this, but that was not the choice that I had. So I always wanted to start. So that time when I was in my 10th, started was not the word. I just knew that business happened, and I always wanted to be a businesswoman. And even today, I think I want to bridge that gap between a businessman and businesswoman. I just want everyone to be because there's so many questions specific to business. So I just wanted to be a business person. So that was a dream since childhood. And the dream came because I was always wanted to earn lots of money. And I got to know that if you want to earn lots of money, you can have a business. So anyway, I was in my 9th and 10th standard. So that urge was always there. And one thing I always knew that time I was not clear what needs to be done to be in business. But I knew that whatever I do, I'll give my best. So that's how I did my engineering. And I took a job. First job was again a software dev job. I tried starting from that time, but I had only 1 year and I failed everything.
So I didn't quit my job. But then I thought that maybe, I switch in experience, that's what hands-on happened. But then I felt that I was ready to take that leap. And I believed in my dreams so hard that I thought that it's worth to give it. And we say that sometimes go ahead, you have to take a step back. And I took that step back. Now when people ask this question, and I see many people who are in the job and they're not ready to take that risk. So I have talked to so many people and they say that, how can I do my job and business or the startup strategy? I feel that startup needs 100, 200%. You have to give it all. And it's not just, I'll say I give up on my career. I gave up on my personal life. So I was not just at the peak of my career, I was also at the peak of my age. When you're 24, 25, you have to enjoy, you have to travel, you have to take care. And I gave it all. And today I have very less friends. I'm trying to make friends, but I guess this is all when you have to start up, not just to start up for any career. So I had a strong belief in me and my dreams, and I was like, this is what I wanted to do since I was a child. And this is the time when I have sufficient resources, accessibility, and money to take it. That gave me the belief that yes, I can. And where I am. That's very long. But Dr. If I can come to you, let us speak about it is a challenge. Right? You give wrong certain things as well, but it's also one is to, and then we also have some guests saying to have fun. But talking about challenges, really sort of context. You broke a lot of barriers with your education and your research. What were the challenges you faced? Very difficult question to answer because I have to explain every day of my life with talk and this year. See, for women to have a career in science, we have to acknowledge and be thankful to what people around us to allow us to do what we want to do, especially in the Indian context. I can speak for myself, whether it was my parents, my brother, my in-laws, my husband, my children, because they didn't get to spend a lot of time with me. So, being a woman, you are always feeling guilty that, I wanted to have a kid, I wanted to do science, but am I putting them at risk of not spending sufficient time with them? One person. The second is science has no hours. It's not a 9 to 5 job. It's a 24/7 and weekly, monthly, yearly job, even today. So you spend hours always taking your work not to it. Often your disappointments spill over into something time too. And you know that you have a limited time because there are pressures of either publication or finishing on your PhD or the next milestone and so on. So every single day can change and you are working against time. But if I need to speak about one challenge, let me talk about my AR fellowship. I knew I had exactly 2 years and I wanted to come up with a publication. Now I started off with a microbiological problem. I was a food technologist. I did not know the end starting of microbiology. So I had to learn how to, plate, how to take care of the plates and so on and so forth. Every single basic technique I had to learn. And the microorganisms. Then one day I was looking at them very hardly on the incubation. And trying years. One thing I wanted to come into my fellowship and I had to go back to my other activities. And my professor comes in the lab and says, what are you doing? I said, we're not going. Second thing, and then he said, why? And I don't know. Said at what temperature are you expecting? And I said 50. And I showed them the said 50. He said, do they know it is 50? They check it with the thermometer.
Are you sure? And that's when I took the extra thermometer and put it in the task and it was there. I said, see, they are smarter than you. Just because of the that we still they don't. So, you know, these were small challenges, but every single day was a learning and every single day was a day to be thankful. And I'm still learning today. The more I'm 30 years into a job, and now I know how to be. When I started off, I thought I knew everything, and I was just waiting for me to, become the best. Today I do. Why? Whether it's family, whether it's job, whether it's science, whether it is myself, because we also have difficult days as a person. Everything is a challenge. So you get up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say, a new day, and I am going to do it. Get on with it. And the kind of role that you hold. Often one sees an imbalance, gender imbalance, especially at international. Let's face it, there are far how do you navigate these challenges? That is very important part. A little thing of a trick question. For me, myself, I don't really see it as a challenge. I see it as tools. So maybe I am not sensitive enough for seeing the situations that I've been through. I drive my own way forward, and I do it regardless of if I'm a man or a woman. First of all, second of all, I think see more and more coming up in leading positions. However, there's still a way to go. And I know one of the other countries I worked before, something we discussed a lot was how do we get more people to take leading positions outside of your own country? Because that would in many cases mean that the husband or the man had to join, and it's not always so easy to find to have a career on the side and to adjust to the woman in this case then who would be the leading star in the family. In my case, I was about that later, but my husband and I have taken turns. I do believe you can have two careers, but sometimes one be in the front line and the other one needs to be on the back seat. I think that's a challenge. We need to think about how do we make sure we all can have a career to still see the world. I like this bit about taking turns. I think it's extremely important out there. Yes, she does the overhand work the way you all have managed. Each of us take turns to develop and grow so that the world really has people. Personally, if I can contribute to shatter a lot of glass ceilings, you have moved abroad, perhaps pretty new in a cultural context from your family, what I've read. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how it has developed you as a person? So, although I family, how they did not tell me what I should study, but they acted as a role model in terms of what my mother was a working mother actually. So she was a supervisor in one of these, the company called DP, it's very popular. So in one of these companies, she was a supervisor. And my dad was working for TVs, he had to travel about 40 kilometers. So both of them would go to work, and my mom had a job which also, morning, one week to go at home, come back at 2, the other week to go at 12, come back at 10. So there were days we had to go, mom was at home for the meal. So we knew things had to be planned. And even as a child, I would give my mother plan for the next 3 mornings before we go to bed. So we knew exactly what is the role. And my mom in the absence of mom, he would do everything and, even day course. So I saw a family where, parents compliment for each other and let the women also work and take, responsibility in terms of not only taking the household, in terms of financial planning, etc. And we were two kids at home, and so all of us participated. My brother could also cook from 7 8 years. So we did a very, very radical in that sense. Responsibility was equally divided. So that's how I grew up. So for me, it was not difficult to accept, different roles. So as a woman, as I grew and I went abroad, I saw this in Germany. In Germany, there was so much equality. It was everyone, people see people in every kind of everywhere they meet. So I said, okay, this is the society. Right? You can see men taking the crown out of the kids and men taking care of the kids when the women is at work. So if that is to be in India, we will be far more better. And thankfully enough, I have a partner who's also a scientist who looks at this as a very important thing to share the responsibility. And we have a son, we are raising. So I think it's although we are household. Actually, I was just telling my colleagues that only 2 days ago my husband moved to Iceland, to Tirupati actually, and started his own consulting. Prior to this, we had 2 body families. So we have to balance everything. And course, and you have to plan, like Dr. Sri said, every day. It's not easy, and I will just add as researchers and academicians in India, we are teaching a classroom of about 200 students. Comes with assessment, etc., mentoring the students, etc. Then a lab which about 10 to 15 students we have every day. Their professors, their PhD degree, their master's thesis, their postdoctoral place comes with you, and then you have the student. So if you don't look at it as a challenge, like it's something that we can do. It's not impossible. It's just we can do it. We have to believe it. We are trained to wear all jewelry and dance. It's not easy. Ask someone else. It's not easy. So when we can do that, we can do everything about the role of men. And when we all have with people in our lives, both in our family setting, so in an informal structure, as well as in formal structure in terms of our schools and we later on our workplace, or even elsewhere, maybe meeting someone at an event like we have been helped by mentors to guide us. Who are your mentors and how have they shaped you? That's something which we would like to hear. And start with you.
Actually, very likely that mentors are very important, and I will say that in my life, how it has been that there hasn't been a like he or she is my mentor, and I know for a fact that I have been learning and getting inspired from different kind of people. That means that if I'm having a startup, that does not mean that I will be learning only from people who are in the company. So we discussed about leaving my job, right? So that was so one of the seniors he took me for a one-on-one conversation, and I just told him that this is what I'm facing right now. So my job is in startup. So that was just one conversation, and he said that what is the course going to happen. This is from the I tried to say I couldn't do it. I never had the courage to have the courage to go for it. So even though I was not in that position after that, but then he gave me an advice which was really helpful. Similarly, today, let's say we go for different types of events. Right now, I'm listening to the series and I'm learning a lot. So there hasn't been a single mentor. Every now and then, there could be some of even people who are reporting to me. I learn something from them because I guess, and even for that matter, when I started my journey, I was a developer. And we know that developers, they are in the habit of just sitting in a corner and coding in the day. People's skills are really required. On the other hand, the other co-founder, he was into management. So he mentored me that how to manage, how to control your emotions for that matter. I have a problem of controlling my emotions and all of that. And that if you're working with people, you cannot just go out and shouting. So at different ways for that matter in our life, when I was it was my elder sister who mentored me. So I'll say, and even today, let's say for that matter, when we had the acquisition, there were different set of people who were helping me. So there hasn't been a constant, I'll say, mentorship, but I have met different people in my life who have given me, who have helped me out in the situation that I was in and given me advice. So, and one more thing that I would like to say that you should not be like, I know more than any other person, and I'm not going to listen to that advice. What we always sometimes we think that I know more. So the other person, just because I have achieved this much and that person has not, then he or she is not the right person to advise, which is not the case. We should always keep our ears open, our mind open. We should always be open to listening. So I think just by listening to people around you, you never know you're facing something that might be just, or maybe what we are talking today might not be relevant for them in the current scenario. But after what happened when we started up, from the cave and they talked about certain situations which was not relevant to us at that. But after 2 years, when we were raising funds, that thing came to our mind. So similarly, what you should always be open to hearing, should be always open to taking advice from people. That is really, really good to you. And I feel that if there is no people around you who read books, books are the mentors. Like I have been reading books, and I feel like recently, I read Indra Noy, and I remember, I was kind of struggled with my mother that she's not giving me that. She's treating me like I'm still a kid. So I remember that in the book, there is an incident where she was announced, the CEO, she comes back home and she says to her mom that, Mom, I have a new CEO. Her mom tells her, that all is fine, go and grab the bottle of milk and keep this attitude at your pocket, your home. So she was just saying that how we expect women to be, even if she's your own mother. Even if she's your own mother, she's telling you to, just keep it low and keep your attitude. So I understood that it's not just something that I am thinking, even she has said. So it's okay. And yes, this is not something that is encouraged, but this is something that needs to be changed. So, anytime when you read books, you have to read, I guess there are books are great mentors.
Have been probably in my school days, my teachers, even my classmates, interacting with people. But probably I would like to tell my mother was my first mentor. After my master's in technology, I came back home from the hostel and seeing her book, I realized she knew more technology than I did in 20 years. And yes, so I lost my father when I was 14 years old, and my mother, who did not even know how to cash a check, she had to go out and fend for 3 children and herself in a city which had no relatives from our family, definitely. So I learned from her that women can multitask. And I also realized why all our goddesses have multiple hands, whereas the men only have multiple heads and hands. So it is the women who can really multitask. My mother-in-law, who lost her mother when she was 22 years old, it inspired her to become a gynecologist. And she took to that thought, she became one, and she saved a lot of lives in India. So she is another inspiration and mentor, I must say. My PhD guide in India, Dr. A.G. Apura, he told me a story 2 days after I entered the lab. And we have heard this being attributed to many things and ministers, but I would just say that he was the king, who was very, very successful, and the people were very happy under him. So he was very proud that he was having a kingdom that was very, very happy. But the minister cautioned him that so we are not going to listen to him. Say, and he gets angry and tells him to prove it. So he gets this big, thick daga, and he asks all the people of the kingdom to put in
one small vessel of milk is wet. And next day he would come and they stick. But the next day when they come, he is full of water. So the minister then called all the citizens in front of the king and asked him to explain. And all of them have the same answer. We thought the entire kingdom was putting milk, so my one vessel of water matter. So my mentor always told me, it doesn't matter what others do, you have to put in your vessel of milk only. He taught me to focus on the problem and to be thankful to the organization that gives us so much that we need to return it. My German mentor, Professor Wakeman, he taught me how to be on time, how to meet time. And Indians are amazingly kind. We think we have a lifetime and more to meet our targets. And he could never understand that. So it really took a lot of effort from his side. But once I started valuing time, I get very impatient with others because that's the one thing we do not have any control on, and we have to take the best use of time. Okay, so just like previous speakers, I have to say mentors vary in time. And so it's one of my first mentors were my coach who really put our handball team that we can do whatever we want to do and we can reach wherever we want to reach. If only we keep our fire and actually set the needs. So that was my first mentor. Second mentor, I still have to believe it was my mentor when I grew up and I look at you because today he's the chairman of AstraZeneca. And the only thing he told me is again, that regardless of who you are, you can become what you want. And I saw him traveling around a briefcase. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. I think that's enough. So, Bulgarian goddesses have more hands. We can do multitasking, yes. But neurobiology, switch my area from microbiology to neurobiology, trying to connect and work with how neurons behave for different metabolism. So anyway, coming back to what I wanted to say now is, women brain, one brain things, and for execution you need a lot of hands. So that's why we have the goddess. For men, it's also neurologically development. They can keep focused very specific. And therefore, I think for focus, they need several heads. But when you think focused, you have one hand to execute. So I think that's why we have men God with more heads and women. But then back to mentors, I've always worked with women bosses. This I felt as a blessing. I started in my girls' school. All my teachers inspired. I don't know how it is celebrated here or nowadays here, but during my school time, we all brought roses to my favorite teachers. That was our Valentine's Day. We studied in a girls' school and we wanted the best way to sort of extrapolate from different people when we could do it. And then my AstraZeneca boss was women leader. She had a team of about 10, and she had confidence in me. Biosafety level lab 3, and this is completely prestigious working with infectious bacterial strain, microbacterial tuberculosis. So the belief she had in me, I thought, okay, this is something really deep confidence and that I can do many things. And my PhD course was also Samarita Shah. She discovered a molecule, and her third PhD, 65 or so years ago, she was inspired. She would travel to China to have there. She would travel to Rutgers to have there, and she would come back and mentor us in Hamburg. So this was like connecting West, East, and Central. So this is something I saw that I can actually do, and therefore I really got inspired from people and around me, and also the village my hometown was also a school teacher, 2
told me how I can manage this. I even raising child, etc. So I think this I could not, have done without having one more cooking and so on and so forth. So mentorship comes in forms, as my other colleagues put up, learning from you. Everybody is important. Everybody teaches you something really you can adapt even to the later stage like now. They have been very interesting ways from all of you on mentorship, on challenges, on your journey. A whole lot of questions to ask, but I think I will keep it for another day. But thank you all of you for joining us. And I would also with that like to announce we had a challenge for students in October and November called the SHESTEM Figure Challenge, in which we had invited students to share their imagination. Take us to figure 2040 when India turns 100, and think of yourself as a winner of the Nobel Prize. What would be your speech and what would be your innovation? And it was hard decision for the jury because we had 1,000 entries, but there are now three winners and several runners up. For announcing the winners, we are pleased to request Dr. Parane, Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, and Dr. Tatya on stage. And please, thank you so much. Happy envelopes. Can we have the envelopes, please? From the Birla Vidya Niketan in New Delhi. He has won the third prize for the Christian Challenge. And now let's now.
Okay, for the second place, and actually there has been research conducted on coming second, and if you do that, you get more prosperous and successful life. That's actually research proven. Okay, second place, it's actually a tie. My Hindi is not the best, but okay. P. Shatananda Dhanvantari. That's one. And this one is Shreya Singh Nisa Asma.
And congratulate the Shantananda Dharmantari. I believe she's from the Indriya Vidyalaya 2, which is at Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. And as you said, the second prize is shared between Shreya Singh and Nishka Mal from Uttam School for Girls in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. So congratulations online. And now the first prize winner. Before I hand over to Dr. Chintan Mishra, just a quick announcement that the first prize is a Samsung century from the MCU Sweden, and the other prizes are some very cool headsets from Urbanista. And Dr. Chintan Mishra, please announce the winner.
Okay, are you all ready? Okay, well, the first prize goes to G. Nivetika Rani. G. Nivetika Rani.
Thank you, Dr. Chintan, and congratulations, G. Nivetika Rani from Komu Matriculation Higher Secondary School in fully in Tamil Nadu. So if you're watching online, big congratulations to you, and hopefully next year and you will be receiving your prizes by post. This is something that the embassy of Sweden will contact you individually. I'd also like to announce the numbers are on. Let's quickly play the video for viewers if you have it ready. Otherwise, we move to the runners. Thank you. And Dr. Chintan, if I may ask you to see your page, please.
Let's say my robotic organ. My robotic organ is generated is microphone controlling land and water controlling local warming and specialty of robotic organ is started in microphone from where together. The way to become well. My project is a multi-faceted robot who creates environment as well. Without studying networks, it is big India well to around it. Now we all want
We are deeply honored to receive this mission. To reduce global warming, came up with the idea of making paper without cutting. Same nature of paper. In the process of making paper, charcoal is reduced. Then it is stable to break down into paper. Loaded into a special chemical reaction. The fiber is extracted from raw material. This was the basis of paper radiated. Thank you once again.
Responsibility, energy use that is cost effective, eco-friendly, and safe. Normally, electric cars last for about 2 hours. They need to be charged again only. But according to my innovation, wind turbines can be put on it. Each wind turbine is connected to the As the electric car moves, the wind turbine will rotate into the wind to reach a high speed of energy. And the result, there is kick produced. The electric car will charge by the Thank you.
To all the winners, and we have a list of runners up and some great plastic innovations from them as well. And the names are Austin Joel, Satakshi, and Kritika Agarwal, participated as a team. Chetan Bansal, Siddharth Shima, Janvi Chauhan, Srishti Agarwal, and Shukanti Agarwal. So congratulations. And as I mentioned, the agency is in India and the prizes will contact you individually. Congratulations.
Thank you for giving me the Nobel Prize, which I believe was not only but for the positive impact that I could bring to the environment. Here I have a piece of my invention, a used washable paper. Now, instead of throwing this, we can simply wash it with ordinary water. In fact, when it is wet, it behaves like an ordinary piece of cloth. After successfully washing and drying, we get a clean white piece of paper. This not only helps us to recycle paper from better homes, but would reduce the number of trees that would have been cut for the manufacture of paper. Therefore, I invite everyone to collaborate in this new role.
Thank you everyone for giving us the Nobel Prize for the verdict and it includes from the wheel of an electric car to electrical energy. As we noted toward this electricity crisis, we have found a huge amount of energy by producing electricity from the wheel of an electric car. This is possible with the principle of electromagnetic reaction. With the help of this, energy is stored from the PSL directly will directly go to the electric engine and then generate light. Having living in the country and would have been planned no, especially in the north with the industrial use and phosphorus and electricity. It is a pleasure to see people responding to such time for indoors and outdoors, thereby reducing the emissions, increasing oxygen levels, improving air quality index, and positively reflecting electricity and energy. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the Nobel Prize. Skillful human devices that can be implemented on vehicles, factories, construction sites, etc. that have the capability of transforming something into organic material by using separation principles like bond and electronic attachment. These organic systems can be used as used fertilizers, chemicals, natural carbon-based green resources. Therefore, our vision is of transforming these systems that have carbon lines into friendly green.
It converts it is supposed to put on that onto the gas and it absorbs and puts it into the gas. It is wonderful to second class and it has been used for fuel by 43.2% in 10 years. Thank you. Transportation of people is massive. I have to wait and the teacher is development and the farmers and it comes to mind was started from the industry like factory industry, rural area housing and area. We can educate farmers about the organization and collaborate with CS. Solutions for the common income and increase farmers' life. Thank you.
Idea I hope inspire a lot of the other students out here, and a lot of you will register for SHESTEM next year as well with your education. And once you go out, go to school, innovate and change the world for better. So congratulations, and now I would like to call a very, very special person to be waiting here. Perhaps a few of you have met him also. It is his vision that has led to school like this one, who obtained an interesting concept called the alternative lab. So it is such a pleasure to invite Dr. Chintan Mishra back on stage. Dr. Chintan Mishra is Mission Director for Innovation, and he's a social technologist and engineer, and spends his time between teaching and research at MIT, and living and working the rural communities here in India, inspiring a lot of us with the Atom mission. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. How's everyone? Feel free to stretch your hands, take a deep breath. I know you've all been sitting for a long time. Good. Does it feel better? All right. Okay. Little bit of noise is no problem. All right. So, or as one of my MIT vice chancellors used to say that we welcome all forms of participation. Noise is good. So anyway, it's wonderful to be here. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to our partners, the Swedish embassy, which conceptualized this SHESTEM program. So you can see the results with these children who just were the winners and the runners-up. Many more participating. I think what was unique about their ideas to me was that every single one was addressing some really fundamental strength through their imagination. So thank you to the Swedish Embassy, TWIH, Katya and team, wonderful work, and then to DAV for hosting us. But I have to tell you all that you were all very lucky, I have to say. Schools of this kind, I wish every school in our nation was of this stature and caliber. The panel discussion that just took place just a few minutes ago with Dr. Sridevi, Celia, Dr. Devanathan, and with Mamta. I don't think that happens in many schools. I wish it happened in many schools to hear the stories of successful people, especially women. There were so many points there that I actually made me think of the conversations that go on some of the best of the media channels, like say National Public Radio. You would hear a conversation like this. To bring it to a school like this and to young people, it's really commendable. So congratulations at DAV. So let me say very quickly. So what is the big challenge in front of us? Right? How many people you think in India? Here's a question for all of you. How many people in India are under the age of 30? You can Google it if you don't have it. That number is 720 million. Think about that number for a second, right? 720 million youth under the age of 30. That means almost the whole of Europe. It's almost the whole of Europe under 30 in just one country. So I think clearly what these people would want to do, these 700 million people go on to do with their lives, has has implications for our collective journey forward, right? Our collective future forward. And I think shaping that with STEM and by creating opportunities for both men and women equally is a very, very important undertaking. Now, obviously, half of the 720 million are women, like let's say. But let me to just say a little about both the part, the she part and the STEM part, right? So the she part, so the honorable ambassador in his videos spoke about 25 women Nobel laureates so far, right? What percentage is that? Do you know? Of all Nobel laureates, 55 is not. It's 3%. Right? In the world population, about 50% women. In the Nobel Prize winners, about 3%. That is the magnitude of gap, right? So now, so the absolute statistics are bad, okay? But the rate of participation, the rate of change, and the rate of change, and I will not go into the difference between the two and so on, but the rate of change is actually not that bad. In other words, there are more women participating every subsequent year than the year before. So that's great, right? Look at the other labs. How many of you have been in an other thinking lab? Okay, that makes me very happy. So other thinking labs, for those of you, I mean, if you're familiar with it, are these data spaces, schools, right? These are places where there are 3D printers, mechanical desks, electronic desks, where you can build what is in your head into some product. If you look at ATL programs like the ATL Marathon, last year, about 43% of participants were women. That is, we have about over 5,000 teams participating over 6 months. 43% are women. Last year's top 350 teams, 49% are women. Okay, so that's good news. So that's the good news of the sheet. Let me say a bit about the STEM part, right? So, how many of you enjoy science and engineering and technology and so on? Okay, a lot of people. Peer pressure, all right? You remember we had a great panel here. We had Stuart and we had Patrick, historian, for Anne, who was a business major, then Cecilia, who's engineer, like, and then a microbiologist and food technologist and so on. So, I mean, the world is made up, I mean, we need all kinds to solve our complex problems going forward. But the STEM part is quite important because if you really want to solve complex problems, you want to get the truth. Let's think about it again. If you, in any situation, you want to get to the truth. What are your tools? What are the tools at your disposal, right? One tool is science. Science is probably the most efficient tool we have to get to the truth. And so therefore, STEM is important. I mean, mathematics is possibly the most efficient language we have at describing complex things. So therefore, STEM is are there other tools to get to the truth? Well, maybe the other tool is the spirituality. Spirituality is the other tool to get to the truth, but it's much harder to teach and learn, right? I'm bringing this up because we sit in a DAD and it would not be, it would be a missed opportunity if I didn't say anything about Diana, whose inspiration is behind the DADs. How many of you have heard of Diana? Okay, that's great. How many of you have read parts of his magnum opus, the Satya Prakash? How many of you may have come across some words? Some people have come across. Okay, so some people ask, right, how come there are all these corporations today that have Indian CEOs? All over the world, there's Google, Microsoft, there are lots of them who are now Indian CEOs. What is the reason? One might ask, I don't know the answer to that, but I have a hypothesis. I have a hypothesis that in our education, there is the balance of science and spirituality in places like where, balance helpfully, for instance, was people would say, like Sri Aurobindo or Dr. Radhakrishnan would say that balance was one of the makers of modern India. What we did in the 18th, we're seeing the results of it right now. I think it's that balanced education that has produced such people. So I wish all of you will just very, very well that you will go on with your foundation. One last thing I want to say is that I was really delighted to see the winners get my heart congratulations for your radical imagination. As Buddha said, we are what we imagine, and you can see what these people are able to do. I have great hope with all of you. So on my behalf, on behalf of our team here, Dipali, Deepkaman, Shubham, Gati, Garima, Tanvi, Vishnu Priya, everybody, I wish you a great day ahead, great year ahead. Congratulations. Thank you for
Thank you so much. I'd also like to comment on page video Kashor, and we would like to hear a little more the Sweden-India trade relations, as well as we have shaped up over the last few years. You have been instrumental in even starting more of these trade relations. Who knows, tomorrow, as we build further relations, some of these children might be working for getting those ties. Sure that you will feel lunch good day to all of you. I am extremely humbled to be here on stage among all these established people, but even more important, all of you, our budding stars of the future. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Science and Innovation and for yet another successful year to this important subject to begin mind. So let me now share a little bit more about my own journey. As you heard earlier, I was brought up in a family of doctors, but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to make sure I had such broad base so I could actually continue to make decisions on what I want to do every day for the rest of my life. Okay, I'll take this one. So when I started studying at the Royal Institute of Technology, in my class, we were only 7% women. I think today that the engineers are over 30% women today, so it's become a little bit better. But maybe what you also know is that Sweden is very known for diversity and equality, but it hasn't always been that. So you've also heard that I have lived most of my life outside of Sweden. I started out in Japan early 2000, and back then I worked for ABB, Swiss company today, implementing an IT program on SAP. There were ladies working together with me as well, but they don't have to make a choice. It was either the career or family. I did not want to make that choice. I don't believe that any of you here need to make that choice either. It is possible to combine. After more than 20 years outside of Sweden, my husband and I decided we wanted to go back. We wanted our kids to understand what it is to live in our own country. I handpicked the company I wanted to work for when we went home. I had a few criteria. First of all, I wanted to work for a multinational company with global offices all around the world. Second of all, I wanted to work for a company that had a culture that I was aligned to. And thirdly, I wanted to go back to the basics of engineering. So therefore, my choice became Atlas Copco. Maybe for you, it's not well known, but for all the Swedes, the industrial diamond of Sweden. And I can tell you, I love every day being there. So when I finish this assignment, don't be surprised if I end there again. However, I have to say, the management team and the leadership team of each business area were full of middle-aged white men, apart from two positions. And I'm sure many of you can guess. VP for HR and VP for communication. They were women. However, if we study and take a little bit of look of who had the power, which position had the power, we can clearly see that all the men had 99.5% of the employers reporting to them. Only 0.5% were reporting to the HR and the communication VP. So I decided to find my own role. And I did find a woman who at that time was the general manager of Epiroc, yet another Swedish engineering company in UK. And she's still my mentor today. And that's exactly one of the advice I would like to give to all of you, not only the current engineers, but boys as well. Trying to find someone who you look up to and who can inspire you and who will continue to discuss your career path and working related stuff for a long time. Well, at Atlas Copco, we discussed, of course, diversity and inclusion. We realized we needed to increase the number of women from barely 20% to 30% already 2030. And I know there's so much more to diversity than gender, for instance, culture, sexuality, etc. The gender diversity was the biggest gap we could find and identify. So we formed a specific task force, and we started off looking into how do we attract more women. And strangely enough, 2020, there was still a lot you can do in just looking into work health. The word phrasing, to use less manly words, but also being more to the point, general, neutral, and inclusive. We also highlighted women in the organization, in media, and in all kinds of communication. However, it's much more than just attract women. We need to retain them as well. We need to help women to continue to grow competence. And I guess this is where I actually left. But it wasn't because of this. It was because I actually have the most interesting job you can have to me today as Trade and Invest Commissioner of Sweden in India. India is a place to me and my family really enjoy. It's the third time this year, so my kids are more interested in Sweden here. And I have 35 people working together with me to locations. And our main mission is to Swedish exports and also make sure Indian companies can invest in Sweden. And this means that I get to work with everything startups and scale-ups, multinational companies. And what we do is help them support their India strategy or energy strategy, or finding new distributors, or maybe even looking into new manufacturing sites, or maybe pricing us and helping them with substituting. I consider myself to be extremely lucky to have this position. And my team consists of men and women, engineers, finance people, and a lot of management consultants. And many of them have actually worked for Business Sweden for a longer time than 10 years, maybe up to 6 or 7 years. And we are constantly hiring new people. And just last week, we ended the week by signing a contract. There are a few reasons why people want to work with us in Sweden. And I would say, certainly, very, very essential for us to attract, recruit, but also to retain and support people who want to work with us. We have a very flat organization. Work-life balance is extremely important for us, but also the possibility to work in a global context with all our great sustainable solutions that Sweden has to offer. There is, though, one problem, which is the position that I have 33 trade commissioners globally, only 11 are women, so still a little bit to do that. Very important for me as a leader is to make everyone in my team included, but also to be as transparent as I can with all the information. And I do have to admit that my work-life balance hasn't been the best in the last 18 months. But that has meant that my husband has just taken a much bigger role in our company family. So he's the one making sure that my son is soccer training, also make sure my daughter is dinner before she's studying or. So my second advice, the last thing I want to say to all of you tonight, really give yourself some mind space every day. I said earlier, I love sports. I still run almost every day. I don't sleep much, but I do think that you all should find something that actually keeps your mind work or studies or just let it be for a little while. If it's dancing, if it's art, anything else, just make sure you get that every day. So being a mother of 2 daughters, we're really assuring to see that both of them have chosen STEM subjects. One is studying medicine right now, and the other one wants to do engineering and architecture combined. So again, my message to all of you is really go for what your heart feels you want to do. Take a plunge and discover all the endless exciting things and possibilities there is in the STEM subject. With that, have a great future.
Thank you so much, Cecilia, for those really inspiring words that you're giving us. And this is something that I'm sure a lot of us are going to see with us. With that, I would like to thank you for being a part of SHESTEM. I would now like to invite our student representative. Thank you once again for hosting us, sharing our data. Thank you so much, and I hand over the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Mubharak. I would now like to invite the delegate for Flagship College, a symbol of education, knowledge and STEM. School chairman, Sir Dr. N.K. Roy, Vice Chairman, PhD, enlighten us with education world. Dr. N.K. Roy, our honorable chairman, eminent education, former director of TFT. Thank you.
Honorable guests, I'm very happy to be here. I thought I'll come to school for some other job, but the principal and administrator were there. And one thing which this Valera was not done about being born, that I am a teacher and I still want to teach. I've been teaching all my life. We are really grateful to Swiss, Brazil, Germany, and Niti Aayog for having selected this place for this function, for this program. And you will find that this is the night piece. You will find that it's not absolutely scientific. Everything about science is known to everybody here in one sense. Of course, nobody knows what is science. And tell you a very interesting event. It took place in Switzerland about 25 years ago. The Swiss organization, I don't remember the name, they invited about 100 Nobel Prize winners from all over the place to come and have a discussion, panel discussion, just right here, and define in just 2 lines what is science. Now this Nobel ideas, but my whole day, Monday till Thursday, they could not reach any. And they are doesn't work just one field. They said, okay, take another day. So they took another day. And again by evening, they could not really decide what is science. This happened only 25 years ago. Then we are graduate system give us something. Then ultimately they said, science is what the scientists do as a definition. Because science is so much, deep, you have to go to study what is science and what is real science. Science is only a truth, almost. It's very difficult to reach the end. Once you start studying science, you get even the Nobel Prize, you have to stop there. Science is almost infinite. One more thing. Dr. Vaishnav mentioned about the Nobel Prize. The only Nobel Prize who won the Nobel Prize for working on DNA was a student of the student of our organization. He was a student of the college and he had gone on board and got a Nobel at the 1968. I'm going to put it on. Which died only for 3 years. And I was telling him that his lab in the University of Wisconsin was the only lab in the whole campus. I lived there for 2 years. That was the only lab in campus. My lab and his lab was just up to the road. Only lab in the campus but only 24 hours. Whole lab. Somebody else, some worker is going on doing work. That is nice. I'm really, really happy that our students definitely feel motivated. Literally, this is something great talent. And I feel sorry that we are exporting the talent every year to every other country, making another country rich. If today in Google, 40% people are working in India. If they stop working, the world would be different today. But yes, we are lacking some. And I hope places like this school, those children who stay here have been working in Atal lab. But before Atal lab was started, we started science center in one of our schools, which was again started or rather inaugurated by a Nobel Prize winner here. And that is still working. Just like in Atal lab, it has been working for the last 20 years. And the students of that school, whether they are from science stream or commerce or arts, all enjoy it. And that's what is happening here. I'm sure that we are able to make use of the presence here. All these students be motivated. When we very good on school, behalf of the school, we thank them. Thank you.
Constantly being source of inspiration for the entire year. Other nine like to call upon the child is in charge of school to present the motion. I would like to take the opportunity to extend a vote of thanks on behalf of the school to distinguished guests and speakers for the day, who spared time from their busy schedule to grace the occasion and enlighten us towards the contribution of women in the field of STEM and sustainability. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to National Innovation Mission and Embassy of Sweden for the rare opportunity to the school to host the prestigious SHESTEM 2022. Further, I am grateful to school chairman Dr. M.P. Oberoi sir, administrator ma'am, Ms. Anita Valera ma'am, and principal ma'am, Ms. Seema Agarwal ma'am, and Rakesh Hadar ma'am, and our committed ATL team and Cambridge teachers, without whom the event would not have been possible. My heartiest thanks to teachers and students from others for joining us today on a motivating platform under the umbrella of SHESTEM. We are now request everyone to get ready for the national anthem.
Please translate. Please translate. No moment. I'm really professional. Student, please take your seat. जब तक सभी